Right, as you can see, we have the compressor mounted. It's bolted down. Basics really. Just some 60mm coach bolts and nuts and washers. M10, not M8. It's not a very big thing. Belt, what I was talking about, really fits straight in that groove. This pulley's a bit big, but what does it matter to me? No, nothing really. Electric motor, don't really know anything about this. As you can see, grooves, so I can tension and slacken the belt. I'm not going to muck around and get some runners and everything for it to run. I'm just going to drill some holes in the wood and hope for the best, kind of. I'm going to put this pulley on that side, I believe, because it runs the wrong way for this compressor, because this compressor needs to run clockwise, which is that way, and this motor, I believe, runs anti-clockwise, that on this side. So if you switch it around to the other output, it should run the right way, I believe. And if I'm just wrong, I'll just switch the wires around because it's an AC motor, so you can do that. I believe this motor is off a buffing wheel sort of thing. I have a similar one at work. I don't think it's the same motor, but they have the twin shafts, and then they have coned taper threads on either end that bolt onto these flats, where someone's drilled a hole in it, which I wasn't very pleased about, but oh well, it's what you get for free. So yeah, and then more or less you have your buffing wheel, and you start, well, you don't start it up, you screw the you screw on the buffing wheel, and then more or less I believe you hold onto the buffing wheel. I'm not too sure, really tight, switch it on, and it kind of just like tightens itself up, I believe. I don't really know, I've never done it, but yeah, that doesn't really matter. I'm making an air compressor, not a buffing wheel. Bit of excess, I might even mount the tank on here, I might not, I might just leave the tank separate, because I do use the tank in other places. I sometimes just fill the tank up and take it to places, so I don't have to carry around an air compressor, if you understand what I mean. Biggish tank. Yeah, that's it for that. I'll get the another 4 8mm holes drilled, and yeah, then I'll mount this up, and then I'll tension the belt. I don't know how much slack I need to have in this, but I mean, I'll have a little bit. As it is now, it's way too slack, and it more or less, when it gets up to some pressure, it's just going to slip. One fitting is on here, doesn't need to be on, but all the fittings, like I showed you in the first video, these are all the fittings. Taking it all apart, because, sorry, I'm a bit close to myself, because it needs all PTFE taping, or it might need some special stuff, but I'm just going to use PTFE tape because, you know, I think it'll be fine. Pressure gauge, my camera's really crap. Let's see if I can get it to focus. You can just see my camera. Anyway, it's a 10 bar. Oh, there we go. 10 bar pressure gauge, little red thing on the thing. I believe this is off a boiler, because when you have pressure, when you have sealed systems, you have like I think you normally get them to 4 bar or something like that. Anyway, so we'll go up to 140 psi, so I think I should be fine. I'll probably only just take it up to 8 bar. If I ever need to, I can just take it up to 10. But we'll see. We might not even get that far with this air conditioning pump. Like I said, got these things, got 2 of them. I got 2 of them because the line to my tank is just a normal air compressor line, so I have to have one that goes to the tank, and when it's pressurised, this will let air back through, I believe. If it doesn't, I'll just drill or remove whatever's in the inside, or I'll just get one that has a hole all the way through or something. That may have not made sense because it didn't seem to make sense to me, but it will soon figure itself out, don't worry. Like I said, yeah, got all the fittings, and we'll see how well this valve works. Stay tuned for the next bit.